This video is brought to you by Alienware, featuring Intel Core i7 processors. Start gaming.
So Alienware sent me their Steam machine to check out, and in this video I'm going to be checking out three things: the unit itself, steamOS, and the controller. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you want any information on this video, it's all there in the description. But without further ado, let's get on to the review, and here we go. So what is a Steam machine? Well, a Steam machine is very simple. It's designed to be a small form factor gaming PC for your living room. Now you might be sitting there saying, isn't that a PlayStation 4? Isn't that an Xbox One? Isn't that a Wii U? Well, technically, yes, but on the other hand, a Steam machine allows you to do a couple of things. It allows you to select the manufacturer, it allows you to pick performance, and it allows you to stay within the ecosystem that is the PC gaming master race of Steam's game library. And today I'm taking a look at Alienware's i7 £700 Steam machine creation. Now before we get into the review, I just want to touch upon the unit itself. So in the box you get the Steam machine, which I actually really like the design of. It's kind of a nice subtle black design, doesn't look too crazy, it's not gonna really stand out next to a television, which I actually quite like. You get the controller, which I hate beyond anything. It's the worst controller I've ever held in my life. I'll explain more a little bit later on in the video. You get the power adapter, you get a power brick, which is absolutely massive, almost half the size of the Steam machine itself, HDMI cable, as well as a adapter for the controller, and a delightful charging cable. So the kind of usual things you'd expect. You don't have to buy anything else. It's pretty much what you would hope for out of a box. Pretty good stuff so far. Now in terms of I/O, it's pretty good. You get two USB ports on the front, which you can plug in a keyboard or a mouse. You also got two more on the back, as well as an adapter underneath the unit. You get an Ethernet cable, optical out, HDMI in and HDMI out, as well as the power little socket there. In terms of connectivity, couldn't really ask for more. There's no other connections I would have asked for, so this is a really good tick from me. In terms of a small form factor PC, you're ticking all the right boxes here. This is all the right stuff, so yes, this is good. Now setting it up was fairly simple. You just had to plug it into your telly. I've got some footage here. I hope it's not too potato quality for you guys, but it's very much like setting up a new PlayStation or an Xbox or a regular PC for that matter. You just go through the steps, set up your controller, and it's all pretty normal. Now the steamOS itself, this is not a full review of the steamOS itself, but what I will say is it's fairly easy to use. It's not very complicated. You search for games that you've got either on your PC library that's upstairs in your office or bedroom or wherever it may be, and then you've also got your library that you've actually installed on the console itself. It's all blended together, so if you see a game and you can play it, it's either because it's on either of the two devices. I actually kind of like this. It means you don't have to divide the two and have two separate libraries. It kind of makes it easier. Now in terms of performance on the machine itself, I was actually really pleasantly surprised, which is really annoying, and I'll get onto why that is in just a moment. But I played Besiege, I played Universe Sandbox 2, I played some quite intensive games. I tried to throw as much variation at it as I could, and overall I was really surprised on how well it performed. It was really good. Now the problem with that is not a lot of games are played and are playable on steamOS yet. Now I don't know whether this is an industry thing and it will always remain the same, but at the moment, as of making this video, there's just not a great library on steamOS. Just your regular Valve games, which are good, but you've already played them, and the odds and sods game library of just a few random games. Now there is a way around this to play games that are PC only on the Steam machine, and that is to stream them from your gaming PC, which may be in an office or your bedroom or whatever. And I've got to say, this for me is just not an option, because it wasn't a nice experience. For one, the game ran or felt horrible because I was using a wired connection, for those of you that will be asking. I just didn't it wasn't responsive enough. I didn't feel like it was good enough. I felt like I might as well just go upstairs and play the game rather than play it on a lower quality, lower performance on my machine downstairs. It just wasn't good enough. And of course, occasionally it just decided to break altogether and randomly load up GTA 5. It just wasn't a good experience. So in my opinion, despite the option, you are limited to steamOS games, and the library at the moment just isn't that great. Now let's say you want to stay on the library, but you want to use the Steam controller. The Steam controller is god awful, and it needs to go in the bin instantly. The only use it has is a paperweight because it's cheap plastic. The trackpads are just horrible. It's too loud. It's not a comfortable controller. Like, it's a bad controller, Valve. I'm sorry, it is. I love Valve, I love Steam, but it's a rubbish controller. I don't like it at all. You might say it's personal preference, but that's kind of what this review is all about. My personal preference is I don't like the controller. It's awful. I'd much rather plug in a mouse and keyboard and just put it on my lap. Or, better still, put in an Xbox One controller or a PS4 controller, because they both work. So here's my problem with the Alienware Steam Machine. The hardware is great. The form factor of the device is great. I love the Alienware device. I just don't think the execution from Valve is good enough to warrant the Alienware price tag. And I've got a laptop from Alienware. I really do like the laptop. Like, their products are marginally more expensive than other stuff on the market, but you pay for the premium of the label and I think the quality of the product. However, the quality of the product in this case is really held back by the fact that steamOS at the moment just isn't good enough. So if you can look over the early development of steamOS, play the games that are currently available in the hope that more games will come available later on in the year, then I can totally recommend this device. Alienware, the machine itself, like, Alienware held up their end of the bargain. It's just whether or not you trust Valve to improve steamOS and the library of games and keep supporting the platform. I wish so much that this device was running Windows instead, because if it was, I would have recommended this a lot. It's great form factor, it's great performance. It is relatively expensive, but in my opinion, if it was running Windows, it would have been worth it. But unfortunately, steamOS just isn't there yet, and I think it really holds back the device. But there we go. That's my honest review. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.